Okay, so why do we have such symbols? Can we not have another model of identifying political parties in the ballot paper? Who chose
Sir,
that these symbols should be there, and what was the basic reason behind it?
And you
yes,
are an MBBS officer already.
yes, sir.
Sir, you are an MBBS doctor. You are from
Yes,
Ramachandra Institute. What are you
yes, sir.
doing now? Are you practicing or are you just preparing for civil service?
What do you think about the women's participation in the STEM itself?
Name some politicians from Tamil Nadu who have been into the film industry.
Good
How are
evening,
you?
sir.
How
I'm
are
fine,
you?
sir. You're doing good, sir.
Yes, fine. It's rare
Yes,
that
sir.
we conduct interviews at 9:30. Normally, it happens only when we go to operations, anti-terrorist operations, and to choose the best commander. We
Yes,
do
sir.
this kind of work. We used to do it when I was in Kashmir. Anyway, kindly take it as serious as if it is UPSC
Yes,
only. We would like to make it even tougher than the UPSC so that when you go and face the UPSC, it will be easier for you.
sure, sir. Sure, sir.
Now, I'm Dr. B. N. Ramesh. I am the chairman of this particular meeting,
Yes,
and my colleagues will be asking you different questions. And
yes, sir.
ultimately, I will give you the feedback after taking the consent of all of them.
Sure, sir.
Now, you are a son of a senior civil servant IAS officer in Tamil
Yes,
Nadu cadre
yes,
and is a
sir.
principal secretary.
Yes, sir.
And is he from the direct IAS or from the ranks?
Yes, sir. He's a direct IAS officer, sir. 1992 batch IAS officer, sir.
Okay, good. Nice. Now, since you are the son of an IAS officer, you must have seen the IAS from almost as many years as your age is.
Yes, sir.
So I will not ask you why you want to come. I know the reason.
Yes, sir.
Now, what better that you will be going to do in the service than your father, having learned some lessons from your father?
Yes, sir. So one of the main things which I learned from my father is to be available on call or in person 24 by 7, sir. I intend to continue that. If I get a chance, I intend to continue that service. At the same time, sir, I feel that there needs to be a greater outreach and awareness amongst the people as to what their rights are and what they can demand from an IS officer, sir.
Okay. If I re-question IAS as Indian Accountability Service,
Yes, sir.
do you have any objection?
Sir, I would not have any objection, sir, because it has to be about accountability of the officers, sir. It is not a position of prestige, rather a position of work, sir. Which is what I've understood after seeing my father in the service for 25 years, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, how do you make the Indian Administrative Service as well as the Indian Police Service and other all India services which are protected by the Constitution accountable? Supposing one day you will become the cabinet secretary of the whole country, the chief of the civil services, you can make an impact. There were many cabinet secretaries who did make impact. Uh, there were great cabinet secretaries from Tamil Nadu as well in the past, and some of them were finance secretaries, including Dr. S. Venkataramanan, who is the father of Uma Venkataramanan, who was the chief secretary till the other day. Now you tell me, if you are the cabinet secretary today, tell me 3 steps which you want to make the government servants accountable.
Yes, sir. So the first one would be like I told, sir, accountability. The first thing is that the people should know what to demand from an officer, sir. Currently,
I'm asking what 3 steps you will take
yes,
as
sir.
cabinet secretary on
Yes,
your
sir.
officers to
Okay,
hold
sir.
them accountable,
Yes,
to
sir.
make them accountable. Yes.
Yes, sir. So the first one would be an increased public drive on the awareness of what they can demand from
Okay.
officers. The second would
Okay.
be monthly review meetings to be conducted on the conduct and the achievements of the officers in the respective departments. It should not be just a face-to-face interview kind of thing, rather a holistic review assessment process through their colleagues, their seniors, their juniors, sir, so that the
Like the way they do in the private sector.
Exactly, sir. Exactly,
They
sir.
don't wait for the year to complete.
Yes, sir. Yes,
They
sir.
do
Yeah,
it
there
as
should be a
often as possible.
continuous. Yes, sir. There should be a continuous process of betterment, and not a single date when suddenly, like how suddenly they shouldn't start working
No,
towards the
it should
dates,
not
sir.
be a knee-jerk reaction, scheduled knee-jerk reaction. It
Exactly,
shall be
sir.
a continuous Kaizen. Yeah,
Exactly, sir. You hit the nail on the head, sir.
yes,
And
third.
the third one would be, sir, to make sure that the officers go and meet the public every week, sir. Which would be a tough task once they become higher up officials, sir. But this is what we want to do when we join the service, sir. And somehow we see once they become higher up officials, maybe 15, 20 years down into the service, they get localized into the capital cities in every state, sir. That should change, sir. Once they go and meet the people, they will be reminded of the reason they chose the service, sir. And that would make them accountable from within, sir. So the first one is accountability from outside the public. Second is accountability inside the structure of the civil service. Third is personal accountability, sir. These will
Good. In
be
other words, you are saying from the demand side, from the supply side, and also from the structure side.
exactly, sir.
Three sides. Good.
Yes.
Now, I would like your attention to the main issue of your state, Tamil Nadu, and you
Yes.
are an MBBS officer already.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, you are an MBBS doctor. You are from
Yes.
Ramachandra Institute. What are
Yes,
you
sir.
doing now? Are you practicing or are you just preparing for situations?
Sir, actually, I have joined post-graduation in general medicine in the last NEET batch, sir, which started in October 2022, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Now, I know that there are many doctors in Tamil Nadu, both in IAS and IPS, who are doctors also. But I don't think I have not heard anybody using their medical professional expertise in their service. What are you going to do creatively if you become, say, IAS of, if you become the district collector of, say, for example, Coimbatore?
Sir, I have, although I did study in a private institution, sir, we were exposed to a lot of PhD training through exchange programs with the government medical colleges, sir. Second, in post-graduation also, I see how the life of postgraduate is. So, and how patient dealing happens, sir. So, if I'm supposed, as you had mentioned, I'm the collector of Coimbatore, I would make sure that people are able to access public health care, and the public health care should be, the doctor should be present in the public health care, sir. So I would introduce a verification system where the doctors and the nurses are present. There sufficient amounts of medicines are available. If I may quote an example, sir, I was posted in a camp duty last month, sir, and the main issue we faced was I am there to make sure that the patient's BP is checked and the complaints are heard. But then the sad part was that in the camp, several medicines were not available other than the fever medication. So I was not able to treat his hypertension, sir. All I could say is you come to the hospital and meet them. So these are all real life examples we face, sir. So the medicines need to be there in correct amount in the PHCs, sir. And thirdly, sir, I would make sure that the doctors are encouraged to work better, in the sense that in the government medical college in Coimbatore and the private medical colleges, I may voluntarily call the dean so that the PG and the interns work schedule is not toxic, sir, as is seen in several colleges, which is a sad reality of the Indian doctor
Yes,
system.
in fact, recently in Warangal there was a suicide case and a senior was involved. You know, you might
Yes,
be aware
sir.
of.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Several cases like that recently in Hyderabad, sir. Once, even in Tamil Nadu a few years back, sir.
My last question to you will be that being a doctor, a civil servant son, and a prospective IAS officer, how would you face any depressive moments in states like Tamil Nadu, which are ruled by regional parties, in which there is a saying that half of the civil servants are in jail, the other half are in bail?
So that is a very sad state of affairs, sir. But however, sir, I believe that being a civil servant, we are given a certain area of freedom where we are policy implementers, sir. Whatever the policies are, these are the things we implement, and we can see a translational change in the area which we are given, which is given to us to be developed. At this point, sir, when we are doing such a thing, there might be depressive moments, but the benefits which the people get out of this, and the way they come and say thanks. For example, sir, when we treat patients, no, you see their wives, their children coming and saying thank you. He wasn't in a good condition, or she wasn't in a good condition when he brought. Similar kind of appreciations are going to be given towards a civil servant once they may bring in some translational changes in the village or the district which they head, sir. So these are going to be, yes, sir.
Excellent. I would like to just conclude my part by asking your opinion. It's not a
Yes.
question.
Yes, sir.
The opinion is that Tamil Nadu has been a medical capital of India. Of late, it's getting a lot of competition from Hyderabad.
Yes, sir.
Great hospitals have come up apart from your, Vellore and Apollo. We have got many hospitals right now in AAG and Asia Institute of Gastroenterology. Best state of the art, the best in Hyderabad. Yet, why Tamil Nadu has become the diabetic capital of India?
Sir, the diabetic capital, Tamil Nadu, in fact, Chennai is called the diabetic capital of India, sir. The issue is because of the preventive healthcare measures which are not taken, sir. The thing, the main crux of the matter is that the food habits in Tamil Nadu, be it
Is MGR responsible with his 2 rupees kg rice free?
Sir, but we need to do a risk to benefit analysis here, sir.
Okay, thank you. I am impressed. Nitinji, please take on.
Yes,
So
good
thank you,
evening,
sir.
sir.
Arvind, how are you?
I'm fine, sir.
Yeah,
Good,
first
sir.
of all, congratulations for getting this success and interview call.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So I was able to see that you had medical science.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and your optional was different.
No, sir, my optionals was also medical science, sir.
Okay, good. So you had this degree and you had this in your mind that you will be giving civil service exam after completing your bachelor's.
Yes, sir. When I was in my final year, the initial thought came, sir. However, yes, my father was a civil servant, sir. But the inkling from inside me came only after final year, and during the COVID lockdown, myself studying, and I was working as an intern, that is the CRRI in during the COVID lockdown in a private medical college. So the first 2 to 3 months, that is March, April, and May of the lockdown, we were not given any specific work to do, sir. We were just asked to come sit in and triage and then go home, because the initial wave, the initial few months of the lockdown, the private medical colleges did not take an active role. But that is when I felt that being a civil servant, I would have had the opportunity to work and serve the people more, sir. And that is when I started preparing for the civil services more seriously.
Okay, that's really good. After this, to begin with, what is the meaning of your name?
Arvind, sir. Arvind basically means a lotus, sir.
Lotus. So what
Yes,
is the
sir.
main, characteristics or persona of lotus for which it is known?
Yes, sir. So the lotus, the scientific name is Nilembo nucifera, sir. It is a rooted water plant. However, it is not a submerged flower, sir. It is on the surface flower, but however, it is a rooted plant. The characteristics is, sir, it is known to grow in stagnant waters. However, of late, it has been claimed that it grows in sludges, but that is not the thing, sir. It is initially known to grow in.
I understood, Arvind, to interrupt you. But it has lots of, political significance also. And
Exactly,
now
sir.
global significance also.
Yes, sir. So the one is that it is the national flower of India, sir, and the political significance which you're telling is it is the political symbol of the Bharatiya Janata Party. The national international significance would be that it is the lotus is present in the G20 logo also, sir.
Okay, so why do we have such symbols? Can we not have another model of identifying political parties in the ballot paper? Who chose that
Sir,
these symbols should be there, and what was the basic reason behind it?
yes, sir. When India became independent and we decided to have general elections every 5 years, the constitution makers realized that not a lot of people are literate, and they would not understand if the parties' names were written on the ballot paper in those times, and even that is true to a point now also, sir, knowing that the election process is a very holistic process. So
From
these
which, yeah,
yes, sir.
I got your point,
Yes,
Arvind. From
so when these, village people and the illiterate people want to cast a vote, they identify the leaders and the parties' ideologies through the symbols, sir. That is the main reason for having election symbols.
from which country we have adopted this model of using symbol in elections?
Sir, I'm not sure about that, sir.
It
I'm
is
sorry,
Ceylon
sir.
model, Sri Lankan
Okay.
one.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. I'll brush upon that, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. In G20 also it is, has been
Yes,
along with the
I do.
globe, it has been taken. Under which provision of Representation of People Act we have these symbols registered? Which provision regulate?
Sir,
Yes.
if I may take a guess, sir, it should be Article 324, sir.
Yeah, Article 324 is there, but Representation of People Act, there
Yes,
are two.
Representation of
Yeah,
People Act, sir. It will be 1950, sir. Representation People Act 1950.
1950, not 1951.
Yes, sir. In general, sir, 1950 is the one which makes sure about the process and structure of elections, and 1951 is about the people who conduct the elections. So this is my basic knowledge of both the acts. So hence, I'm making the guess of 1950, sir. However, I will look up on it after this interview, sir.
Okay. Tell us something about your hobbies.
Yes, sir. So I do a lot of commercial acting, sir, and I have an interest in comparing events, and I follow a lot of cricket matches, sir, international matches, and I do a lot of post-disaster relief work, be it cyclones or even during COVID, and then I also in the time when I do see cases during my PG work life. I do engross in some medical research, sir.
Okay, some of very short questions from your hobbies. To begin with, post-disaster relief work, you are saying. Okay, our Constitution, Article 23 is there, which talks about something that right against exploitation, Article 23 and 24.
Sure.
Now, if as a civil servant, you ask a common man to get into the firefighting work or some of the relief work, like taking the patient in his or her car, means the common man's car, and the common man is not willing, is it a violation of his or her Article 23, or it is allowed?
Sir, that would be the person's personal preference, and hence it is completely legal for a person to say to not allow a stranger who is injured to be taken in his car, sir. It is completely legal to say no, sir. However, on the ethical grounds, it is not correct to say to deny somebody who is injured to be taken to the hospital.
Okay, now the situation is reverse. You
Yes,
are a
sir.
civil servant and you have to go to attend maybe your family problem or your work is over and you are very tired. A common man is asking your help and you are not in a position to do it. And you denied, okay? And maybe there were directives from the government also that if any situation is arising like this, you have to fulfill such situation or the problem.
Yes, sir. Sir, if I may ask, sir, what kind of work is that? And could you be more specific in the terms of the work the person is going to ask me, sir?
Say for example, the medical problem is there, okay, and he is saying that I don't have any transport and all. Please go to my house, village, half kilometer away from the main road, from where you are traveling or going, passing by, and you might have denied,
Okay, sir.
right? So, and then what happens that one politician whose car after half an hour passed, and might be that person helped the politician, and then the matter was in court. Can you be fixed for this that yes, you have violated one legal provision, constitutional provision, being a civil servant?
Sir, the specifics of the constitutional provision, I may not be sure, sir, but however, as a civil servant, I am duty bound to help the citizens, sir. That is what I am being paid for, and it is that the taxpayers' money through which I am getting my salary. Hence, however tired I am and however late in the day it is, I should be there to help the citizens, sir.
And one more thing, some problem is there in your family too. That is medical problem. You are bothered about it that yeah, I need to reach at home, reach home early.
Yes, sir. So, sir, being maybe a civil servant and a person who knows some other doctor who's nearby, the obviously my house would be in the city, sir, and there might be other doctors who are there in the city who can go and attend to this family problem which is happened, medical problem in my house. I can always call them and ask them for the help and to attend my family member, and
And
I will be and
yeah,
I'll be in outskirts at that time. I am a bit more free to help this citizen who needs to go to his village, sir.
okay, I have understood. Now, health is in uh, which list of Schedule 7?
Yes, sir. So health is in the state list, sir.
Health is in state list.
Yes, sir. Health is in state list, and health education is in concurrent list, sir.
Any other health specific subject which is in union list?
Yes, sir. Epidemics and health, transboundary health is in the union list, sir.
So, what is the conflict between the laws made by the state government and the union government recently?
Um, I'm not
So,
sure.
some of the laws, say for example, earlier the NEET exam controversy was there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. You mean to in health education, sir? Yes, sir. So, specifically in Tamil Nadu also, sir, they have passed legislation asking that the state board students, that is Tamil Nadu state board students, should have their 12th exams as the cutoff for the medical entrance rather than an all India NEET exam. However, under the provisions which like I said, sir, health education being in a concurrent list, the union government has passed. Has made sure that the NEET exam, which is the all India level entry examination for eligibility for medicine medical sciences, as the standard for entrance into medical colleges, sir. So the conflict here is that the union government wants a uniform criteria throughout the country, whereas the state government, that is the Tamil Nadu state government, wants a state specific criteria for admissions.
Okay, I have understood your thing, but there are outstanding circumstances. If the situation goes beyond that, judiciary can take a stand, wherein the state list subject or maybe state made law may reasonably dominate over the union law. Reasonably.
Yes, sir.
It
Yes,
is the
sir.
judiciary one. Now,
Yes, sir.
my last two small questions. The portfolios like the principal secretary your father was in, and the kind of official nomenclature structure, it is also there in the constitutions in one of the articles. So, which Indian Constitution article regulate the provisions for the hierarchy from top to bottom for the civil servant, especially the office portfolios?
Sir, I'm not sure about the specific article, sir.
Article 77, you can refer it later on.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so My last question, that you were talking about the output frame mentioned in, I think, Administrative Reform Commission 4 report.
Yes. Yes,
What
sir.
was that frame all about? Accountability framework, output framework.
Sir, I had sir, the about the accountability is something which I had worked upon, when we think, sir, I hadn't specifically taken it from the administrative reforms framework, but I'm not able to like explain the whole framework without knowing it correctly, sir. I do not want to take a blind guess here, sir.
You are a doctor and you are fond of tennis also,
Yes, sir.
and there is tennis elbow.
Yes, sir.
Why it is called so, tennis elbow?
As the tennis elbow is we call it lateral epicondylitis, sir. It's inflammation of the extensor, common extensor origin. So the muscles which extend the elbow, the inflammation of their origination point, sir. This is because the most common movement in the tennis is the flexion and extension of the elbow. This causes this repeated wear and tear of this common extensor origin causes the inflammation there, causing the lateral epicondylitis, which has become more colloquially as tennis elbow because it is most frequent there. However, it is not very specific to the game of tennis, sir. Even cricketers get famously, Sachin Tendulkar had tennis elbow, if I'm not wrong, in 2004-5, sir. He even took a break of about 6 months to recover from it. Any activity which causes frequent flexion and extension, that is bending and extending the elbow, will cause lateral epicondylitis, sir.
Okay, but apart from Sachin Tendulkar episode, all the technical words were not that way good for a layman
Yes.
like me. And anyway, fine, good. One more word you have dropped, cricket. As a
Yes.
doctor, like maybe cricket is one of the insect also. So it is a coincidence that one has kept the name cricket and the name of the insect cricket. It is just a coincidence or something else.
Sir, I'm not. I haven't come across anything where it is not a coincidence, sir. But I will, as far as I know, sir, I think it is a coincidence. But I will look upon it, sir. I'm not. I'm not sure about it, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thanks, Arvind. Over to you,
Thank
Amol.
you.
Okay, thank you. So
Good afternoon,
moving
sir.
on to cricket, Arvind. Just one small question. If two batsmen have just the match has just started and the two opening batsmen have come, and on every ball there is a wicket falling. So at the end of the innings, which two batsmen, which batsman will remain not out?
Sir, let me just take a few moments, sir.
Sure, sure.
Sir, the 10th and the 11th batsman should be there, sir, because the second batsman will be out on the first ball of the second over, sir. And then again, the sixth and seventh batsman, and seventh, eighth, ninth. Sorry, sir, I meant sixth and 11th man will be the batsmen who are not out in the end, sir. The sixth batsman of the first over and the 11th batsman of the second over, sir.
Okay. Anyway, just calculate it once again later on. Okay, so what is your take on this? These days, women IPL is happening. I'm sure you are aware of that. So, what is your take on that mixed IPL if we have the way we have it in tennis?
Yes, sir. Tennis has a mixed doubles, sir, where there's one male and one female. Mixed cricket matches were mooted some years back also, sir. However, we need to understand a few issues which are different from mixed doubles in tennis, sir. The fact that in cricket there are several places in the fields which are underutilized, and then there are several positions in the batting unit which are underutilized, and bowlers are also underutilized. So there should not be a form of pseudo differentiation when the teams are playing where women are made to field in easier locations, or and men are made to score in tougher situations, sir. If these are regulated, then it is a definite success to the game. A form of mixed cricket was noted when in a form of Big Bash League, the in Australia, sir, where Ricky Ponting, Jack Callis, Sachin Tendulkar, and all other legends were playing in one team, and then Alisa Haley and Ellis Perry and all were playing in the other teams. Sir, it was widely popular also in India. It was a one-off event, sir. However, in tennis, the thing is there is a constant shuffling of the position of the players after every game and after every set. That this differentiation is not very apparent, and hence there is this success of this doubles event both in tennis, badminton, and games of the same format, sir.
Okay. Okay, so then I see that, and you have just mentioned that you have done a lot of commercial acting. So something related to that. Name some politicians from Tamil Nadu who have been into the film industry.
As a Tamil Nadu politics has been very much intertwined with acting and the film industry, sir. It started with the Dravidian movement where Mr. Annadurai promoted a lot of Dravidian ideology through films. Hence, it started with Mr. Karunanidhi, who was one of our chief ministers. He was a playwright, sir, and has written stories for several movies. Then the very famous example of Mr. M.G. Ramchandran, who was the chief minister. Then after him in AIADMK came Madam Jayalalitha, who was also a very famous actress. And even the current chief minister, Mr. Stalin, is also had acted in several serials as a young person. And there's another thing where several other actors who were not very popular also did enter into the politics, like Mr. Shivaji Ganesan, and Mr. Karunas is a comedian. Then there is also the example of Mr. Kamal Hassan, who recently flouted a political party, sir.
All right. Asha, name one scheme which started in Tamil Nadu, but then later on it was implemented in whole of the country.
Yes, sir. So Mr. M.G. Ramchandran had introduced the midday meal scheme, sir, and the popularity of that scheme in bringing in children to the schools and decreasing the dropout rate was so good that it was then expanded to throughout India, sir.
All right. So my last question, just throw some light on the recent banking crisis that is happening in US.
Sir, the cause of the banking crisis is because of the sudden federal bank tapering of the rates, sir, which is causing causing sudden inflow of dollars from all over the world into the United States. However, the specifics of the banking crisis, I'm not very clear of, sir. But the base reason for this banking crisis is because of the sudden federal bank tapering of the rates.
Okay, please go through it properly. When is your actual interview?
Sir, April 13th, sir.
Okay, fine. Can you just tell me what is a Vostro account?
Sir, a Vostro account also means is basically a yours account, which is an account held by an entity in one country in the bank account of another country, sir. And then there's another Nostro account where it is just the opposite of this.
So recently some development has happened regarding Vostro accounts. Do you know about it?
I'm not really sure about that, sir.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Over to you, Anamika.
Hello, Arvind.
Good evening, ma'am.
So, how are you today?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. You are from Tamil Nadu, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, it's your home state. Do you know from which British province it has been succeeded?
Yes, ma'am. So the Tamil Nadu state has succeeded from the Madras presidency, ma'am.
Okay. And there has been a very impactful women leader in Tamil Nadu, and you mentioned her name, Madam Jayalalitha.
Yes,
What is your take on current status of women leadership?
Ma'am, the current status of women leadership is they are definitely very underrepresented in the whole political system. There needs to be greater empowerment and representation of women. Initially, it was thought as to the reservation in the in the third tier of the government will bring about women to the state and to the central level. However, that transition is yet to happen, ma'am.
Okay. And since you are from the STEM background, what do you think about the women's participation in the STEM itself?
Yes, ma'am. The issue is, ma'am, that women, although they get elected in these local bodies, for example, ma'am, if I
I'm
got,
I'm talking about STEM. What is a STEM, first of all?
I'm not sure about STEM, ma'am.
STEM.
Um, I'm not sure about that, ma'am.
Will you look it out?
Yeah, definitely, ma'am, definitely.
Okay. Okay, fine. Let's get to your hobbies, right? What is arm ball? Cricket, right?
Yes, ma'am. Oh,
Mention.
arm ball. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Arm ball. Yes, ma'am. So an arm ball is when an off spinner you spins the spin when the ball goes in the direction of the arm rather than the spin. So for an off spinner, an arm ball would go towards the leg side, and for a leg spinner, for a left arm off spinner, the arm ball would go towards the right side, ma'am.
And what would be the pace of the ball in this case? Will it be slow or fast?
Arm ball is generally slower, ma'am, rather than the normal spin ball because when we release the ball, ma'am, our wrist is usually cocked and we give a revolution to the ball. However, in arm ball, the ball is just left like that, and due to this, the ball just travels in a blank trajectory without any revolutions, causing decreasing the speed, ma'am.
Okay, and what is asking rate in cricket?
Asking rate as in the run rate needed in the second innings, no, ma'am. That would be the run rate that a team which is chasing a score which should aspire to get every over to make sure that they reach the opponent total by the end of the defined overs, ma'am.
Okay, so basically it is the run rate which is required in each over by the team playing in the second innings to win.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you have also mentioned about tennis. That's another sports that you have mentioned, right?
Yes.
So can you name certain tennis tournaments?
Sure, ma'am. There are four Grand Slams which are held every year, which is the Australian Open, Roland Garros, which is French, also known as the French Open, the Wimbledon, and the US Open in that order. Apart from that, in India, there is the ATP 250 Open, which is held currently in Pune. It used to be held in Chennai, and then there's also a WTA tennis tournament in Chennai, which has started since last year. And apart from that, there are four challenger circuits in Chennai with cities like Lucknow in Lucknow. And basically, challenger is when the players are not pro players and they cannot play in these 250 and 500 opens. They just play in these challenger circuits, and once they accumulate enough points, they become a pro player, ma'am.
Okay. So from your def, I came to know that you have given your first attempt in the year 2020, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Which means you would have started your preparation in the year 2019.
Yes, ma'am. 2019 end, ma'am.
Okay. So there was CA, which was very famous or
Yes, ma'am.
infamous during 2019, right? So CA provides for Indian citizenship to certain minorities, religious minorities from certain countries. Which are those countries?
Ma'am, CA had brought the amendment in 2019 and brought in a provision for the minorities of the country minority population in Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh. These minorities in these countries were identified as Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, Jains, and Christians. When
You
they
have
see,
yes,
yes,
got it. I got your point. So You have also mentioned about post-disaster management or post-disaster relief
Yes, ma'am.
work, right? So post-disaster needs assessment. What is it? PDNA.
Yes, ma'am. So, post-disaster is a very delicate period where there is a lot of confusion that happens, and the resources which are given are usually never measured and given. They're given in bulk and they get utilized very easily and very fast rather, and not equally distributed. So, the post-disaster needs assessment basically makes sure that the impact and the effect of the disaster is taken into account, and the supplies which are needed for that place is given in correct amount, and so that the people do get relief material. However, it is not unequitably distributed and it is given equally and according to the need.
Is this mechanism internationally adopted or is it just for our country?
Ma'am, I might have to look up about that, ma'am. I'm not sure if it is internationally adopted.
Okay, it is an internationally accepted mechanism, right?
Okay.
Now, being from a medical background, you must be aware of National Institute of Nutrition.
National Institute of Nutrition. Yes, ma'am.
Where is it located?
Ma'am, I'm not sure about that, ma'am. But however, they do conduct regular research and put out frameworks about the recommended daily allowances of the nutritional needs of the Indian average male and female and Indian average child, ma'am.
Okay, this institute was not established as National Institute of Nutrition. What was its name earlier?
Ma'am, I'm not sure about that, ma'am.
The name was Berry, BERI.
Okay. Ma'am. That is maybe you might be knowing, ma'am. It is a deficiency of thiamine, ma'am. So
Right.
yes, ma'am.
That's why they started the research work from there, and now it has become the National Institute of Nutrition.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. This is it from my
Thank you.
side.
Okay, Arvind, you can take off for 2-3 minutes, 5 minutes. We'll call you back and
Okay,
share
sir.
the feedback.
Good evening, sir.
Arvind, okay, fine. Arvind, how did you feel about this interview?
Sir, I overall had a good feeling, sir. However, I did find certain deficiencies. One in basically in the constitutional provisions, I need to read them up again thoroughly, sir. Second thing would be international relations. Also, I think I might be a bit lacking, which I need to refresh thoroughly. And third would be, sir, the ancillary parts of the medical thing like nutrition, and then others I need to look up, sir.
Okay, fine. Did you answer the other areas well, you think? Or you also need some improvement?
Sir, definitely
Because
there is room for
there
improvement.
were not merely 360, there were 720-degree answers. 720-degree of kind of, because normally you are given only 20-25 times minutes time. We
Yes,
have given
sir.
you more than 47 minutes to be precise.
Yes, sir.
Since we thought you are a very prospective candidate,
Yes.
at least we wish you to be there in the IAS, people like you. That's why we spend a lot of time.
Okay, sir.
So,
Thank you.
so how do you feel that other areas? How did you answer?
Sir,
You answered
there
well.
were,
Your
yes, sir.
satisfaction.
Yes, sir. I would say, sir, there are two types of answers which I was giving, sir. One was places where I expected these kind of questions and these kind of things, and then I replied to that. Second would be I was making up answers impromptu and making sure that I don't tell an answer where I get into an issue in the next leading question, sir. These are the two major ways I was answering,
Were you
and.
maintaining balance in with these two activities? Were you?
Sir, as far this time, sir, I would say a bit more of impromptu answers, which in the end now I
In
feel
other
is good.
words, in other words, is your serotonin and oxytocin were working together?
Sir, they were all out of the above the roofs, these things.
Okay, okay. What I'm saying is that's what we are aiming at it.
Okay, sir.
I was overwhelmingly impressed by you, Arvind.
Okay. Okay, sir.
and you have got a maximum chances, but I don't want to derail you and boost you into confidence and send you into unoptimistic zones. You be prepared. While I give you around the whole board gave you around 65%, but as a person, I gave you 70% marks. I'll tell you the reasons all.
Okay.
Now, this entire video will be shared to you. But anyway, if you can note down some points mentally and physically also, please note down.
Yes.
Your strengths, we did a SWOT analysis on you.
Yes, sir.
And we found out your strengths are clarity, confidence, fairness, and honesty. You are never faking up. You are honest. You are also accepting when you don't know, very politely.
Okay.
But you be polite and respectful when you don't know. Say thank you for giving an opportunity to know when they give you the answer.
Okay.
Or I don't know, I will definitely make an effort to know immediately. I do realize this deficiency of mine, and I will make it at the earliest opportunity. This kind of very nice answer you give, and don't give the same answer every time. Change a bit. Synonyms and antonyms.
Okay.
Second, your dress is excellent, the best. So that's good. These are your strengths.
Okay,
and 4-3, you of course when you are confident, you are telling the answer with coolness. But when you are not, when you are in the tough zone, your stress levels are visible.
Okay, sir.
You use your body, parts of the body like hands and all that, that's good. But only use it when they're appropriate.
Okay, sir.
I studied psychology. I'm an MA in psychology as well. I know the 93% of your communication is your body language. And the face is the marks getter in the interview.
Yes, sir.
Your face should be reflective. There are 300 muscles on your face, and make use of all those 300 muscles.
Sure, sir.
Don't smile peevishly or lavishly, but bravishly. That kind of smile. You did not smile at all. So smiling is sometimes required. Okay. Now, your improvement areas, which people call it as weaknesses, I won't call it as a weakness. Your areas of improvement, which are expected to come. One, you speed up your answer. You are unnecessarily cutting off your own time. The more questions they ask you, the more correct answers you give, the more chances of you getting the answer, getting the questions. So if you try to somehow finish up 22 minutes, they won't ask you anything. They will also give you nothing.
Okay.
So it's in your interest to get as many questions as possible and drive them towards your areas. That's where, you are a bowler. They are the batsmen.
Okay.
You have to see to it that you bowl and they bat, and the bowler go and the hit goes to your favorite fielder.
Okay.
That is the plan.
Sure.
In unknown areas. In known areas, they are the bowlers, you are the batsman, it should be 6.
Okay, sir.
To put it in cricket language.
Sure, sir.
Maintain this. You have to play the dual role.
Okay,
and don't take the umpire role at all. You are not at all umpire. The chairman is the umpire.
Okay, sir.
Right? This smile is the smile which I want.
Okay, sir.
The smile of internal happiness.
Okay,
when you once realize the truth, the happiness comes to you.
Okay, sir.
Your smile tells me that you inherently agree what I'm saying.
Sure, sir. Definitely, sir.
So, second point is some pauses you are saying. All that. Please polish, because April 13th, almost a month, 25 days is there, 3 weeks is there. Lot of polish. Put a mirror and go on speaking in English. Since your father is there, your father also can take interviews of you.
Okay, sir.
Mock interviews. Your mother and your father. Your mother is an industrialist. She can brush you up on financial policies and others. And alternates should be the same. Alertness should be the same throughout. What is throughout is monotony answers you. Same unmodulated voice. The voice, sometimes, when you're talking about health issues, it must be kindness, the doctor in you comes out. When you talk of security issues, the policeman in you comes out, the strong, army man. When you talk of an administrator, the Shanta man will come out, Dharmaraj. So you have to have the Pancha Pandavas. Sometimes Dharmaraj, sometimes Bhim, sometimes like that. All the five phases. Instead, Neither you lacked alertness as well as there was monotony.
Okay.
These two things kindly take care. And you used certain, your English was okay, not perfect. You can improve a lot. You can improve because they will expect Tamilians to speak very good English. That too, you are a son of a civil servant. So your English needs improvement. Of course, it needs improvement. And you avoid saying, once you said, my father was a civil servant. Your father is still in service, he's working. So you should not say was.
Okay.
Was means he's retired. He's not retired.
No.
So he says he's a civil servant. And smile a bit more. Never ever drop your father's name or his department, nothing. If they don't mention, you will not mention it.
Sure, sir.
I'm very happy about one thing. I respect, your father is junior to me by 4 years. Maybe we must have met somewhere. The chief secretary was my batchmate, Iriambu. He's my batchmate. But your father, maybe, I don't know whether I met him or not. But I'm sure I must appreciate that both your parents brought you very well. You are a very humble person. You don't have that, that inherent pride or something like that. Some civil servants, siblings, some civil servants, daughters and sons, they carry with them on their collar. You don't have that. That's your strength, not your weakness.
Okay, thank you, sir.
And expect questions from, at least you make a questionnaire on your DAF issues, each one bullet point, 10 questions. Supposing you mentioned about cricket, you mentioned about commercial acting, advertising, this, that, so many things. Alak Padma say, oh, so many things will come. Censor board, all this. 10 questions for each point and give your answers and choose the best one. Ask your father or me or somebody who choose the best one. We will give you an advice. No problem for that. And other area of improvement is your name, Mr. Arvind. Arvind Kumar Swami. What's your name? Full name?
Arvind Radhakrishnan, sir.
Arvind Radhakrishnan. So there is a Radhakrishnan, there is a Radhakrishnan Shala in Tamil Nadu, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Arvind is also known for Arvind Ashram in Pondicherry.
Yes,
There is
sir.
Arvindo Ashram in Pondicherry. There is Madurai Arvindo Eye Institute.
Yes, sir.
And there is Aravinda Swami, who is a very smart actress in the Roja film,
Yes, sir.
right? Roja
Yes, sir.
fame, Maniratnam's fame. So you be sure about this. Not only Arvind.
Yes, sir.
Actually, Arvind is of course this thing, but Arvind also signifies the Lord Narayan.
Yes, sir.
He is also called Arvind. He is also called Arvindaksha. His eyes look like this thing, Padmaks, yes. And the temple being the symbol of Tamil Nadu government and the anti-Brahmin feelings of the, this Dravida Kadagam, Dravida Munnetra Kadagam and all these Kadagams.
Yes,
And a lot of things. So they may not ask you directly, but the temple and the anti, religious feelings and these kind of things.
Yes,
They may come. And the parties, the kachis, so many kachis, this kachi, that kachi.
Yes,
I think there are some 300 or 400 kachis in Tamil Nadu. So the political, symbolic kind of things, and the language issue, and Bihari laborers being recently beaten up.
Yes,
Laundered issue. That issue. And last but not least is because you love cricket, they will ask you, you love cricket or you play cricket?
both, sir.
So you say yes, because I play, that's why I love.
Okay, sir.
Because some board members are very contempt for only those who only see
Okay,
the
sir.
cricket. They never touch the bat.
Yes, sir.
For them, cricket is like gambling.
Okay, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
be a sports person and be cool and calm person.
Okay, sir.
Whenever you must know that you are walking into a trap. Don't ever allow yourself to walk into a trap knowingly.
Okay, sir.
Unknowingly walking into a trap is a different issue. But knowingly walking into a trap is nothing but those who forget the history are condemned to repeat it. So, have you given any marks already?
Yes, sir. I'd given one. Yes, sir.
Only one.
Yes,
How
sir.
was your experience there?
Sir, it was a decent experience, sir. However, I was improving. I'd given it 1.5 weeks back, sir. I found certain deficiencies there in terms of the current affairs point of view in other states, sir. So I just brushed up on that. I started looking using the net for finding out current affairs and budget related issues of other
Please
states.
do not do this at all. Don't go to the net. Only use the Hindu, the Business Line, and Indian Express. Only
Okay.
these three newspapers you read. Don't read any rubbish.
Okay,
And
sir.
if you go to net, go to the websites of RBI, go to the websites of Lok Sabha Secretariat, and go to Ministry of Home Affairs or
Okay.
MCA. That's
Yes.
all.
Okay, sir.
That's all. Net is like a Padma Vyuha. It's Arvind Vyuha, not Arvind.
Okay, sir.
You will never come out. You will be an Abhimanyu. You will not go to be an Arjun.
Yes.
Arjun also never. Arjun knew how to go, but he never faced a Padma Vyuha. So
Yes.
nobody in the history is there who came out of Padma Vyuha.
Okay, sir.
So remember this and improve. Go on improving. Improve.
Sure,
And
sir.
take it lightly. Doesn't matter. Prepare for the next one. That's all.
Yes.
Nothing else. And remember one thing. I was telling the other colleagues, I wish this boy be the finance secretary of this country one day. I could see a very inherent honesty in this boy. I would like to see him as the next Venkata Ramanan of Tamil Nadu.
Thank you so much,
The
sir.
next Chakravarti Rangarajan of Tamil Nadu.
Okay, sir. Thank
He's
you,
a great man. I worship him. I know him. He was my
Yes.
guru. He is my guru.
Okay, sir.
Chakravarti Rangarajan. He must be somebody like that. So all the very best, Arvind. I'll be too happy. Yes.
Thank you.
God
Thank you
bless
to
you.
all the board members. Thank you.
All the very best.
Thank you, sir.
You may leave, Arvind.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
If you
Have a
are
good day.
if you have no question to ask from any of us.
Sir,
Yes. You have any questions, Pat?
just one question, sir. Regarding this constitutional provisions, is there anything like, because in the meantime, sir, I was just looking up upon Article 77, as you had told, sir. Is there any other thing regarding the constitutional provisions I need to brush up, sir?
No, actually, as such, see, basically Article 23 also I asked to, and there was situation reaction test also, that otherwise what will you do? Article 23 and these fundamental rights, Article 77 also, if you look at, we can, means these are normal thing. That is why the mock interviews are held, that many of the questions are from your depth. So just make a list and have a look in the standard books, and probably these all questions,
And may I add one thing with what Nitin told, Arvind?
Yes, sir.
This is the 50th year of Keshavananda Bharati.
Yes, sir.
In fact, we are having a series of lectures in our own university. Now I'm retired. I've joined as a professor of law and management in Maharashtra National University, Aurangabad. We are right now organizing case today. Only the chief of NLSVI Bangalore we spoke, the vice chancellor. So Keshavananda Bharati case, the basic structure, how many judges were there, who was Keshavananda Bharati, what was the issue. These are the issues which may come up. So this and one more thing about governor. Tamil Nadu has a problem with Mr. Rao, Mr. Ravi, and your own Tamil Selvi is there in Telangana. And everywhere there are problems with governors.
Yes, sir.
So Anand Bosu is having problem with Mamta ji. So governor's role, governors, this thing, that those aspects also current events. But please remember, they are not going to ask you about controversial things like CAA 370 and this kind of things. They never going to ask, because they know that and once what their question they ask, you will come out and give a press interview also. They also know. So no controversial questions will be asked, but somebody who is an expert in law, he may, for example, Nitin ji was asking about Article 77. An election commission funds. Recently, Chief Justice has given a feeling. They may ask you what is the implication, what is it new. So these are the things.
Sure, sir.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir.
Very relevant inputs sir has given. So just see all these small things. They may ask a small thing like you want to be an IAS, under which article it is, under which article UPSC has been set up. Very small question. So all connected to your DEF only, and that's why all these mocks giving you idea.
Yes, sir.
All the very best if any of the question is not there.
No other questions. Thank you so much, sir.
We are,
Thank you.
we are there with you. I am there with you, Arvind.
Yes, sir.
You are my colleague's son.
Yes,
All the
sir.
very best to you.
Thank you so
Do well.
much, sir.
And
Thank you, sir.
inform us
Yes, sir.
of your experience once you finish off your interview.
Sure, sir.
I
Sure,
would
sir.
be keen to see the new finance secretary of the government of India.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. You're too kind, sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Good night to all the board members.
It is in my country's interest that we need persons like you.
Thank you so much, sir.